Alright guys, so I'm bringing you here with the best Slayer guide you're probably going to find out there nowadays. So I'm going to start off with the armor for part 1. Depending on how much money you have, you can, get Fury, DFS, Torags, or Bandos. I prefer Torags because it gives a better defense bonus. You can either do Whip or D-Skimmy, you can do AGS, whatever you want to train, whatever. You can, for cape, you can use any cape you have. You can do a fire cape, you can do a skill cape. I'm just putting Legends cape for this guide. For gloves, you're going to want, best gloves you can use, Barrow's gloves, Dragon gloves. For boots, you can use really any pair of boots. Most people are going to be using Dragon boots. You can use Bandos. I prefer Dragon. They're cheaper, and I think they're better because they actually do give strength bonus. For ring, I use Ring of Wealth. You can use Ring of Life, but only use that for harder tasks, maybe like first time tasks doing it, if you've never done it before. You can always do that. But for DFS, you can always trade that out for a Dragon Defender if you want, maybe if you don't have enough for DFS or you don't want it, you don't need it, you can always trade that out for Dragon Defender. So Amulet, you can do Glory, you can do Strength Ammy, whatever you want, it really doesn't matter. I do Fury because it gives plus 15 to all defense bonuses, it gives strength bonus, and even gives attack bonus. Now for the helmet, you can use the Slayer helmet like I use, or you can use the Helm of Neats. This Slayer helm is just a little bit better stat wise. As you see, I'll compare it to this right here. It's a little bit better stat wise. It actually does give a strength bonus. The Helm of Neats and the Slayer helm doesn't. But the Slayer helm does actually, when you're doing your Slayer task, it does actually give you a extra strength bonus for your task, so that helps. And you can make this by using, here I'll show you right here. You can actually make that by using nose pegs, Slayer mask, earmuffs, black mask, and a spiky helm. And if you don't have enough, for gear like this, you can always try and use some gear, like maybe if you're a little bit poor, you can use gear like this. It really doesn't matter. Even Rune, most people underestimate it. It actually has pretty good defense bonuses. You're looking at a 220 here, and if you had enough for like DFS, it's about 260. So Rune is also pretty good. You can use that for melee, I guess. And now on to range. Most people you're gonna see for Slayer using range, something like this. You can use whatever. You can use Black D-Hide. You can do whatever you feel like helps you. And a setup, I preferably don't like to use Void because it doesn't give a very good defense bonus, as you see here. And if you look at using Black D-Hide right here, you see it gives a lot better of a defense bonus. And for range, you can use the Helm of Neats again here. You can use Strength Ammy, Range Ammy, Fury, Cape of Legends, Skill Cape, Fire Cape, Magic Short Bow, or a Crossbow with I use an Unholy Book. It just helps a little bit. You could use really anything there, maybe like a Rune Kite or whatever you want for a little bit of extra defense. I use Broad Tip Bolts because they are fairly cheap, and they are pretty good. They hit. I believe they are the same as Addy Bolts, so that's pretty good. And I use Rune Arrows if I'm using a Magic Short Bow. I use Rune. They are a little bit expensive for some people, but I think you can manage to buy about 1K, and that'll last you a while. You can use any gloves you want. I'm just using dragon because at the moment that's the best I have. I'm using snake skin boots. They're the second best ranging boots in the game, but next to ranger boots. But ranger boots are 22 mil, and these are only 12 or 15K. Once again, with the ring, you can use Ring of Wealth. You can use Ring of Life here. It doesn't matter. It's up to what you like. And now, if you choose to use Void, even though it doesn't have a high strength bonus, you can still use it. It's fairly good. You see here, it's about 110. It's not too bad. It does give you a strength boost for whenever you're killing a monster. It helps you hit higher, so that is a little bit of an advantage. But I just don't like it defense-wise. And it's up to you whether you want to use this or if you want to use Void. But for some Slayer tasks like Turoth's or Karask, you're gonna need a leaf-bladed sword, or you can use a leaf-bladed spear. I prefer the sword because it's only one-handed, and you can hold Dragon Offender in the other hand, or you can hold DFS in the other hand, so it doesn't matter. It's up to you. Whatever you want to use works. I prefer leaf-bladed sword. That's just what I like. And it's just whatever you feel like best with. Once again, you can use the same armor, cheaper guide. You can use the little more expensive gear like some people have. And you could always have bandos. Once again, like I said, I prefer Thorax just because it's better defense bonus. And now on to other things. This right here, this Ring of Slaying, it is very helpful for me. It instead of carrying this gem around, enchanted gem, it first of all, it tells you how you're doing on your Slayer task. It tells you how many you have left, kills left right here. I have 79 more black demons. If you rub it, you can either go to Summona and Polavinch, you can go to the Slayer Tower, or you can go to the Relica Caves, Slayer Cave, or you can even go to Tarn's Lair. So it's pretty helpful, and that's what I like to use. I think it's a lot better than an enchanted gem. And another tip, guys, if you're like on a first time task, or you're on a little more difficult task, let's say like dragons, steel dragons maybe for lower levels, maybe look up a few guides on how to do them. You can even, what I like to do sometimes if I don't know it, go to Rune HQ, and you can look at the guides there and look at the weakness. If you go to the monster database, it'll tell you the weakness about the monster, and it'll do that, and you can always use that. That helps a little bit. That may move your task on a little bit faster. And that's about it for part 1. So thank you guys for watching. Watch part 2, please. Thank you.